For the first time in many years, Donald Trump is holding a rally in the Democrat state of California. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new video, and today we have to talk about the 2024 presidential election because it appears that the Donald Trump campaign is holding a rally in California. Yeah, that's right. The state of California, which, by the way, has not voted Republican in like 30 plus years, Donald Trump just announced they will hold a rally in the Democrat state. Now, I should make clear right off the bat that this doesn't mean Trump's gonna win California, or he's even making a real play at the state. People gotta understand right off the bat, he's not winning California. It's not going to happen, alright? So, the hopes of Red California, that's not gonna happen. I still think at the end of the day, Kamala Harris will easily win the state of California. Now, there is a bunch of arguments as to why he's actually holding an event in a state like California. Why is he in a very Democrat state like California when he could be in Nevada, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, you know, other swing states? And I get the criticism from some people that this seems like a waste of time. Like, it's California. It's not a Republican state. It's not even a lean Democrat state. It is a very Democrat state that hasn't voted Republican in 30 plus years, and back in 2020, Biden won it by over 29 points. In other words, it's not a competitive state. Far from it, it's a safe Democrat state. Hell, it's to the left of New York, which most people agree, while Trump's not going to win the state, more than likely, it's be closer than it was back in 2020. But even then, Biden won New York by over 23 points. So California is to the left of even New York. So even if Trump, by some miracle, the stars aligned, everything went perfectly, he found a way to win New York, which he's not going to, even if that happens, it still would not be enough for him to flip California. So it just seems crazy to think that he's holding a rally in California. And it becomes more bizarre when you realize that Nevada and Arizona, states right next to California, they're actual competitive swing states. They're states that could decide the election. So why the hell is Trump campaigning in California? It really makes no sense when you first think about it. Like, California, really? And it's not even right on the border with Nevada or Arizona, which you could argue, okay, that's one thing. If this was right on the border with Nevada, you know, right next to, like, maybe Reno, okay, maybe it's a stretch, but at least it would make some kind of sense because Nevada's right on the border and maybe Trump gets a lot of people from the state to go to his rally. That's a possibility. I get that. That would make some kind of sense, right? You could argue, yeah, it's California, but it's right on the border with Nevada, so it's more like a rally for Nevada. But either way, it's not on the border with Nevada or Arizona. It's like in Riverside County. It's like right next to Orange County, I believe. Yeah. He's holding a rally here, not in the border with Nevada, not right on the border with Arizona. It's like the middle of Riverside County. And it just really makes no sense when you first think about it because it's California. It's a D+29 state. It's not on the border with a swing state, the rally is it, I should say. It's in the middle of Riverside County, closer to Orange County, you know, Democrat areas. So why the hell is Trump here? Is this campaign trying to lose on purpose? And that's what a lot of people are saying, that his campaign's trying to lose. It's all over for Trump. It's just a bad strategy. Now, I want to be clear that I still think the idea of doing a rally in California, especially in a place like Riverside County, it's not a good idea. Like, if it was right on the border, you know, with Nevada or Arizona, it would still, you know, be questionable, but at the bare minimum, you could defend it as, well, he's still doing an event for, like, Nevada and Arizona, but he's just saying that he held a rally in California. That's one thing, but holding a rally here? It really seems like this campaign's trying to lose. But then you realize something. There's a reason why, actually a bunch of reasons, why Trump is holding a rally in a place like Southern California. For starters, Trump wants to win the popular vote. There's no question about it. He wants, for the first time ever in his career, to win the popular vote. Right now, it's only Harris +2. in the RCP average. And that's with some pretty big outliers from the Morning Compost, the New York Post, Ipsos, some very garbage pollsters. They are big outliers. Or I should say, compared to like the median poll in the RCP average, they're outliers. But either way, you could argue maybe we're 1 point miss away from Trump actually winning the popular vote, which I'm not predicting. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it's a possibility. In the same time period back in 2020 and 2016, these same polls had Biden up by 8 to 9 points, Clinton +4, +5. And if you apply the same polling miss, it would be a Trump victory in the popular vote. It would be. So that's, I would argue, is the biggest reason why Trump is in California. He wants to get as many votes out of the state as possible, because he's not going to win the state for obvious reasons. He just wants to say, see, I won both the Electoral College and the popular vote. That's why I think Trump is in a place like California. Again, it makes no sense when you first think about it, but then you realize, wait, yeah, this is a big state. This is a state that has the most people in it. So, and Trump wants to win the popular vote. Of course it would make sense to hold a rally in the state. It makes perfect sense. And then you think about the facts that there are critical House races in that part of the state. You have people like Mike Garcia, Ken Calvert, who's running a shit campaign. I think Mike Garcia and them are going to hold on, but there's a chance they lose. And Trump wants to have a real House majority. If people like Mike Garcia go down and Ken Calvert, if they lose, it's possible to get a House majority, but it becomes less likely. So you could argue maybe Trump is doing this to make sure they have the House, so he can actually do stuff when he becomes the president. That's the two main reasons why I believe that Trump's in California. I mean, of all the states to do a rally in, it makes really no sense other than the fact that it's California, has the most people in it, and Trump wants to win the popular vote. And on top of that, there are some critical must-win House races in the state. So you are technically killing two birds with one stone. You want to win the popular vote, and you want to make sure you have a House majority. And doing a rally in Southern California, suddenly it makes a bit more sense. Now, I still think he should do a rally on the border with Nevada or Arizona, but it starts to make a little bit more sense why he's in Southern California and not, in the northern part of the state that's more Republican. Why are you in the more Democrat part of the state? Because guess what? A lot of people live in the region, and there are must-win House races in the area. And Republicans have to win them if they want to keep the House. So it begins to make more sense. Now, the Senate race we're not going to discuss because we're not winning that. Adam Schiff is going to be the next senator. It sucks, but there's no way Schiff is going down. This is mainly for the popular vote and for a couple House races in the area. Now, it doesn't mean Trump's now going to win the popular vote because he's doing one rally in California. No. But if you remember, this isn't the first rally Trump has held in a deep blue area. Now, I would argue it's probably the most noteworthy because it's, well, California. But people forget that he did a couple rallies in New York. He did one in New York City. He did one on Long Island. Long Island's a bit more, purplish, but New York City is a Democrat area. Yet, Trump is held rallies there. And it's not just deep blue states like California and New York that he's holding rallies in. It's places like Madison, Wisconsin, an area that has voted Democrat for like 30 years now, or much longer, for every race, not just the presidency, for everything, the governorship, the Senate races, everything. It has been a Democrat stronghold for decades now. Yet, Trump held a rally there. Same thing in Milwaukee, same thing in Detroit, Philly. These traditionally Democrat areas in these swing states, Trump has been holding a bunch of rallies in these areas. And when you factor in Trump is doing rallies in New York and California, it doesn't become as crazy or even, out of the blue. Because Trump has been doing a bunch of these rallies in purple states, of course, states like Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan. But he's been having these rallies in Democrat areas that, before Trump, no Republican would even consider holding a rally in some of these areas. But Trump is the first one to hold rallies in some of these areas in Madison, Wisconsin, in Milwaukee, in Philly. First Republican in a long time to do so. And now he's just doing these rallies in California, New York, not because he's going to win those states, but he wants to keep the House. He wants to win the popular vote. That's what it comes down to. And he's been doing this in the swing states. Now, I still think at the end of the day, Trump should keep holding rallies in the swing states. Do not waste your time in California. Don't. But people make it sound like he's done no rallies as of late. He's done nothing. This is his first rally in 5 months, and it's in California. No. He just held a bunch of events in Wisconsin, in Pennsylvania, in Michigan, in Georgia, in North Carolina. He's been holding a bunch of events in the swing states. And this is just the first time he's doing an event in California. That's why everyone's talking about it, just out of the blue. But we gotta see what happens. I still find it very fascinating that he's actually holding a rally in California. Which, again, to me, it's not the best idea, I think, but I can somewhat understand what Trump is trying to do here. He wants to win the popular vote, wants to help the House races down ballot. That's what it comes down to. That's why I believe Trump is in California holding this rally. Now, should he hold more of these rallies in deep blue states? No. He should have done this back in June, back in July. Not now. Not in October. But if Trump still holds a bunch of rallies in Nevada, in Arizona, in Wisconsin, I don't think it's really the end of the world like some people are claiming. People make it sound like Trump is down by 15 points and he is campaigning in California. It's not even true. He just held one event and people are losing their minds over it. But we'll see if Trump announces more of these rallies. I don't think he will. I think if he does a rally in like New Jersey or even like Virginia, he should have these rallies right on the border of North Carolina and Pennsylvania. You know, the actual swing states. Because while it's a possibility Trump could maybe pull off the upset in Virginia, and New Jersey's even less likely, but I guess it's technically possible, you don't want to hold the rally in Virginia and that's it. No, you want to hold the rally in like Virginia Beach, right on the border with North Carolina, so you can hold an event and get turnout out in a swing state. That would make much more sense than, yeah, let's do a rally in Southern California. Again, if this is a one-off occurrence, I don't have a big problem with it. Especially if he wants to win the popular vote, which I think makes sense. If you're Trump, you want to win both the Electoral College and the popular vote, so Democrats can't say, well, he didn't actually win the election. If he wins both, they don't have an excuse. At that point, they have no excuses for losing. At that point, Trump won. They cannot just say, well, he actually lost the popular vote, therefore he's not actually the real winner. But we'll see what happens. Maybe Trump's onto something, and California and New York are way closer than people expect. Obviously, New York is going to shift to the right. But maybe Trump's cooking. Maybe his campaign sees something that no one else has seen, and they're actually doing very good in New York and California. Again, I don't think they're going to win those states, obviously. I just don't see how that's possible, but I guess it's possible. I guess there's a possibility that the stars align, everything goes perfectly. Maybe their polling is showing the race a lot closer in these states. Who knows? We'll just see. But anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.